Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, Mr. Jonathan Simmons. You guys got a quick glimpse of one of our guests for the evening. We're going to be talking a little bit about how the intersection of fashion and sports all comes together. I'm going to have two young ladies talk to us a little bit about how that intersects and how it's affected their lives, and also some of the things they do off camera as well. So we're going to be talking to a mother and daughter team, both steeped in the world of fashion and in sports. We're going to be talking to Renee Noor and her lovely daughter Janae in just a few moments. Just want to welcome everybody here that is watching the broadcast on multiple portals, watching us here on Facebook Live, also on Twitter TV, aka Periscope. Thank you, all you replay watchers on Periscope. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also thank you for those who are watching the YouTube live stream as well. And of course, you know we can't do anything about anything until we give a big shout out to the place where we started our broadcast, WIGO 1570, Atlanta's Incredible Radio. The people right now are listening to us on WIGO 1570 on the dial, but they are also listening to us on WIGOM.com. And good news, if you are moving about and you just have your mobile device, no worries at all. We are on the free TuneIn Radio app. If you don't have that app, you need to download it right now because it's absolutely free. Put in WIGO 1570 in the search engine, and voila, you will see us broadcasting to you and hear us right here and right now. You can follow us anywhere on social media. Let's get that up here for those of you who are watching the show. You can follow me personally at Minister J Sim, or you can follow the show itself at Real Talk Sports 7. Here is our YouTube page. It is youtube.com/Real Talk Sports TV. If you want to either watch the video live or watch the replay, you can do so. And again, you can follow me anywhere on social media, personally at Minister J Sim, or you can follow me on Real Talk Sports 7. There is right there on the screen. You can see it right there. So please follow us and check us out as we do our thing, bringing you the greatest and best from both on the court and off the court and what's going on here in Metro Atlanta and beyond. So again, follow us, tune in, check us out. Like I said, again, we're going to be talking some fashion and sports early on, and then later on in the broadcast, we're going to bring a young man from my hometown who's now with the Baltimore Ravens. He's going to talk to us about what's been happening at the camp with the Baltimore Ravens. But with no further ado, you know, ladies' night, I know you guys like it because we always bring on the beautiful ladies, and we have a young lady here who is very lovely, but also very accomplished in the world of basketball. I believe she is there with us, Miss Janae Noor. Are you there? There she is. How are you? Listen, it is, let me get you off on mute here, bingo, so people can hear you. It is fantastic to have you join us. And we've been trying to get this broadcast. You got such a busy schedule. We've been trying to get you on the show, so we're excited that we finally have you on live and in person.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you.
So listen, Janae, a lot of things that you do. First of all, you are a very accomplished basketball player. Kind of what got you started in the world of sports in a general fashion? Because I know you played more than just basketball. And what kind of made you hone in on basketball as a sport that you really wanted to play?
I started playing sports when I was 5, and I started playing golf at school. And then so just it started from there. I continued to play golf until the 6th grade. And after in the 6th grade, I was approached by the basketball coach because I was tall. In the 7th grade, I started playing basketball, and I continued to play basketball until now. Basketball is very competitive, and I'm a competitive person. And I love the fact that it's I can be challenged and I can be worked in a different way than in golf. So I prefer basketball.
Now, you talk about golf as a passion for you. So give us kind of your specs. Height-wise, it's 6'2", 6'3". Do I have it about right?
Um, sure. When I put my shoes on, I'm about 5'11", 6 feet tall. And I think that I was just wanted to do like basketball teams, height type things, but every basketball player is a little higher. It's really tall, like everybody else. But yeah, I'm not that tall, but I'm tall.
Now, in basketball, what position do you play?
I'm a power forward. Um,
Okay.
I can be played as a small forward sometimes, and I can be played as a shooting guard.
So we can rely on you to basically be that person that cleans up the boards and gets the big shots down in the paint. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, so, listen, now you talk about obviously, playing sports. Who kind of were your role models in basketball, either like male or female, that you kind of looked up to as you begin to hone your craft?
In basketball, who that I look up to the most would be the old school basketball players, so Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Dominic Wilkins, and Maya Moore, Kyrie Irving. It's really more of the people I look up to now, just because they have a what they've done with their
Hold on, I know what you know about that. You went real old school. You went back in my day. You weren't even born. I mean, so what kind of got you attracted? Was it just watching some of the highlights that you saw on YouTube, or what kind of really got you attracted to these guys that basically, like I said, played, before you were born, as far as their peak of their playing power?
what got me attracted to them mostly was more of the way that they played, but being in basketball and looking to them off the court. They carried themselves a certain way in basketball playing. They were able to do that instead when they come to the people out there. And so that's more of like a person who's rather be humble and help the people around them be players than just be up to
We are talking about that. That kind of was a nice little segue. So one of the questions I'm going to ask a little bit later on, but I'll get to it now since you mentioned off the court. What are some of the things that have driven you passion-wise to be involved? Because you at a very young age are already involved in the community. Kind of what's been driving you as a young person to get so involved at an early age?
I enjoy. I've always done more routine service with helping people because I like to help people. I like to make a person's day better. And I was always a hug can change a person's day. If you give the right type of hug, you give them the energy that gives you, they'll give you energy back to make their day better. So I like helping people. I've always liked helping people. And basketball has allowed me to go to different states, different areas to just help random people to make them feel better about their day and to change their attitude of what's going with their lives.
And now, of course, I got to ask you because I always believe that the DNA is strong. So, how much did your mom influence you as far as the whole idea of giving back and being involved in the social environment?
Well, as you know that my mother is a very busy body and she's very out in the open with the different facilities. It allowed me to open doors that she has opened. I'm allowed to just follow behind her and just be able to have the same connections and communicate with the same people she is to make myself more open to the different communities that I can.
Well, that's good stuff. Like I say again, the DNA is strong, and we appreciate all the stuff that you're doing. So now everything looks rosy. Everything's cooking along. Um, you kind of really have kind of morphed into what originally was started again right before you're born with FloJo kind of being this idea of being a fully strong, powerful female athlete, but very glamorous and very feminine. So everything's going well. I know you're doing some modeling with your mom. Your basketball team in high school is doing outstanding. And all of a sudden, a bump in the road, a severe accident injury. Tell us a little bit about your recovery from that and how that impacted your life.
I've had multiple injuries on my knees, which have basically it's like a wall being put in front of you, and it's either that wall can you can climb over that wall, or you can break down that wall, and you can allow the wall to allow you to stay stuck. So I took it as I'm gonna break down this wall. I'm gonna have to push myself further. So I tore my first ACL as a freshman in high school, and I continued to play. And I tore my second ACL as a junior in high school, and it was just more of a journey of reteaching your body how to function, kind of learning how to walk again, having the mental ability to push yourself to not be down because at the same time as you're pushing your body and strengthening your body, you have to strengthen your brain at the same time. Otherwise, mentally, you won't be prepared to overcome any type of doubts you have in yourself from running again, from walking again, from doing different things, just basic.
Now you talk about not one but two knee injuries. That normally for an athlete that can be career altering, but yet I hear some good news that you are going to be on scholarship at Texas Wesleyan. So kind of how did you get attracted to them, and to their basketball program?
I said basketball program kind of approached me with a great opportunity and work for me to just have other people around the country like we need to be able to talk to. And so that was a great accomplishment for me to have a school like in Texas going to want me to play for them. And it's a great accomplishment that I have to have a 4 year college that I don't have to pay for anything just to play basketball.
And of course, I know your mom is happy because full scholarship means that it's a lot easier on her pocketbook as well. So I know some excitement there as well. But listen, tell us what you might have coming up because I know again that you've been very engaged in the social environment. What do you have coming up? Any speaking engagements or anything that you're actively involved in right now that you'd like to talk to us about?
I haven't gotten anything for basketball yet because of everything that's going on, but I do have on August 22nd the third annual Power to Soar virtual and live leadership summit that I will be speaking at. It is just more information on how I overcame pain and how I've gone through what I've gone through for the past, I guess, 4 or 5 years of my life to get me to this point now.
That's pretty cool. So this is you're going to be your first speaking engagement. Is that right?
Well, this is kind of one of my first speaking engagements, so yes, I will be one of the other first
So
speaking engagements.
you got to be pretty excited, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, um, I guess it's just more of nerves than the excitement.
Right, but see, I noticed the athlete come out because you kind of give me a look. Well, I'm not really nervous. I got that energy. I'm ready to go. So it seems like you're
Yes,
definitely
more of
prepared and very very excited and ready to go. Now listen. Now the other thing too is obviously, well not obviously, a lot of people don't know. Hopefully we will be able to put some pictures up on the website later so you can see. Because again, you guys don't get an idea, but this young lady, like her mom, very glamorous. Do you plan on doing some more in the world of fashion as you continue to go on and play basketball? Are you going to be balancing those two together?
when it comes to fashion, I used to do fashion for golf. I used to do golf magazines and go on the news to model golf wear. And so my hope that would be cool would be to have a sports fashion modeling experience because I am an athlete and I do have more of an athlete build. So to be able to just do different things to get other people to want to play and to get other people into the fact that women's basketball is kind of big. We actually have a good community that we need more people to be involved in. So that would be great.
So in other words, we're going to be seeing you doing like Michelle Wie. I noticed in the last couple of years, she won the U.S. Open a few years back. Seems like she's been doing more fashion shoots. I guess she has a couple of endorsement deals now. So is that kind of the lane that you're going to be in, kind of showing us the elegance and style of sports and golf?
Um,
She said, I
um,
can't reveal that right now.
but I'm more into art, so
Like I said, whatever it is, I think you're going to do a great job because, like I said, I've watched you from afar as a, kind of grew up. I remember like when your mom first introduced me, she said, that's my daughter there. And I was thinking, well, how old is she? She said, she was 12. I said, 12? I said, already, but you already had that poise from an early age, and I think it's acquitted you. And speaking of that, how has learning how to be poised, how to be able to walk and carry yourself in front of crowds. How did that help you as you began to play basketball? Because I mean, a lot of your games were in front of some big crowds here in Atlanta.
yes, being able to model gave me the confidence that you don't really, not a lot of people can grow up with. And I had to walk on a stage, as you said, in front of a bunch of people and at a young age. So it gave me more of a confidence to be in bigger crowds, to not have to worry about not to worry about the people that are in the crowd, not to worry about the people that are around me, but worry about who's in front of me.
And how important, again, I know you're a very young person yourself, but how important is that in terms of letting young women especially know that they need to have that confidence in themselves early on as they begin to face the challenges and pressures in life that comes at them.
Having the confidence younger allows you to overcome any type of bigger things that want to push you down. There are going to be people, there are going to be different just negativities that try to come and push you down and push you away. And having confidence, having somebody help you build your confidence, having that push that extra mile the to go into like the spotlight to just be yourself and to be able to just walk in and have a confidence and you always show yourself. Have your head up and be like, I know I can do this. And then sometimes younger women aren't allowed to have this because they're timid or they've had somebody talk to them down. And it's more of we need people to just lift you up and push yourself up and to have that push of confidence. Be like, yeah,
Well, I like that message. That's very, very powerful, and I'm glad you're able to really kind of understand at an early age. But you know, behind every great woman, usually there's another great woman. So I believe somewhere behind you back there might be your mom. Is she around in the background
yes,
somewhere?
she's around.
Oh,
She's behind, but she's around.
Miss Renee, where might you be? Can you get a mic and join us here for a moment?
Oh my goodness, Jonathan. Hold on. Let's
Well, you
see
know,
if we can share the spotlight here with the
oh, there
superstar.
she is.
Can
As
you
you can
see
see,
me?
let me get you guys on a big screen so everybody can see you. I'm gonna hop off. Nobody wants to see me anyway. Hold on a second. Let's get both of you guys here, and there they are, mom and daughter right there. And you can see the apple does not fall far from the tree.
Aw,
Amen.
thank you. Thank you.
So Renee, again, had an opportunity to watch your daughter early on, and just it seems like really she kind of followed in your footsteps, saw how you went about your business, and now we see her carrying on in the same way herself as she goes about out in public. How proud does it make you feel as a mom to see her develop now as a young woman stepping out on her own?
Well, I'm definitely overwhelmed. It's hard to believe when you have your baby that you carry, as a mother, especially as a mother, carrying your babies inside of you. Now your babies grow up to be taller than you, but most importantly, she's a brilliant young lady. And I love the fact that she has also found her way. So many parents really try to force how they want their kids to evolve. And I love the fact, you know, Janae has great stock. I said she has great stock from her father alongside with her mother. And even though I come from the fashion and beauty industry, he comes from an amazing industry with film and photography, she still found her own way, her own lane. So I'm so proud of her. I feel as if she got all the great worlds all wrapped up into one. And anything that she put her heart and her mind to, she's going to succeed no matter what because that's how determined she is. And I'm very proud of her.
Well, the cool thing is that you know, again, to be able to see us in real time, to be a part of her journey as she moves into adulthood and goes on with this. So again, I know it must be exciting and very proud for you. And I think another thing to the parent, one of the you mentioned about kind of instructing children in the way they should go. One of the most misinterpreted scriptures in the Bible is a scripture that says, "Train up a child in the way they should go, and they should not soon depart from it." Well, the operative thing is train up a child in the way that they should go, not the way you and I should go as a parent, but the way that's best for them. And it seems like that's what you really are trying to let her do. And so far so good.
Oh, yeah. I'm grateful, you know, every day, even as us, we're always evolving. But it's wonderful to see how she takes like her life experiences, and not only does she take her life experiences and she own up to it, because she's very responsible. But most importantly, it allows her to create however she needs to continue on in fulfilling, becoming Miss Janae Jasmine Moore. That's what I'm my little Jazzy. Everybody on the internet knows her as my Jazzy. But it's so great to see how she's continuously evolving. And Jonathan, it's so hard to believe. Like I said, you know, 20 years have gone by so fast. It has gone by so fast. And now that she's headed towards, a new journey in her life, her new adventures, it just really prouds both of us. Our entire family, we're very grateful that not only has she continued on soaring, from basketball, but also now she's going to go into a whole nother chapter, and that new chapter, you know, going to Texas. Oh my goodness! I mean, I don't know if she's going to become a cowgirl, but anyways, give us another good reason to travel. I know she just rolled her eyes.
That face said the whole thing. I mean, Jazzy was like, "What'd you say, Mom?" I mean,
I know, right? She's like, well,
that face summed
agent
it up right there. Like,
yes,
hmm?
from New Orleans, Louisiana, so she always makes sure everyone knows. You'll always be a Cajun queen.
Well, there's no doubt. Like I said again, you guys have a synergy. I think that'll be envied by a lot of parents, whether it be, father and son or mother and daughter. Like I said, again, I've watched you guys up front. This is not a put on. You seem to have a great time. I can remember you guys leaving Falcons games and you guys doing your own impromptu fashion show in front of the Falcons, a
We
big
love being together
statue
as
out
well.
there. So yeah, I've seen it. Well, now also, Renee, I know you have some things going as well. So you're talking about golf. I mean, that's one of the ways that we interacted back with the Infinity dealership when I was there. So
Yeah,
many things you're doing with golf. Do you have anything coming up that you could tell the people at Real
absolutely,
Talk Sports?
absolutely. Well, we're grateful. Janine and I, we've been on television numerous times and promoting golf with girls because, um, large percentage of scholarships go unused every year just because of golf. So on October 20th, we're going to have our golf classic. And due to COVID-19, we've had to reschedule a couple of times. But I'm grateful that we went on and hold on until long as we possibly can. But October 20th, we'll be at the Nana Golf Country Club, and that's located in Alpharetta. Not only do we focus on empowering our young girls, because we will have our global girls with us as well. But you know what? We always invite our men. We don't ever discriminate, so we make it fun for the entire family, I would say. And it's going to be really nice. We're going to start it at 9 a.m. and it's going to go on until 4 p.m. So definitely, Jonathan, we would love to have you out there interviewing. We have some amazing supporters as well as some of our celebrity stars is going to be joining us. So give us an opportunity to spend some more time with you. How about that?
Okay, all I have to say is I want everybody to get me on the camera here and watch the face. Oh yeah, I'm feeling some kind of way, boys. You can see that's why I've already. And see, a lot of people don't know. This is what I do when I have the beautiful ladies on. I have to make sure to get the whole Palm Beach effect. So as you can see here, I have the peach golf shirt. So I'm already
Yeah.
ready. My daughter gave me this, so I'm ready to rock and roll. Somewhere, somehow, I have some shades on. I don't want to put those on because I won't be able to see you guys in the camera. But you can see I'm
We're gonna,
ready to go already.
have to get you your own wardrobe. I'll make sure one of my golf friends take care of you also. Okay?
Oh snap! Well, I got to go just for that. And of course, it would be good to see you again. The COVID has kind of disrupted most of our social interactions, so it will be great. And of course, I know you're going to tell people you're going to be, everybody there's going to be practicing all the social distancing, all the proper mores that are required right now in this. And it's really difficult but really exciting time because so much stuff has been going on where people have gotten into new fields. Certainly, this whole way of broadcasting where we can bring people in literally from all over the country and not have to worry about coming to a studio. So it's been very difficult. Certainly, my prayers go out to those who have dealt with it, either personally with family members. But man, there's some excitement out there in the air.
Yes. Want to give us the opportunity to get connected with you, and that's a blessing for sure. I love the fact that it allowed us to I would call us, we had to recreate, recreate. And then also, it gave us opportunity to get close to each other. So, even though we're dealing with this COVID-19, there's always, as I said, through every storm, there's always a beautiful rainbow on the other side. And I look at this opportunity as definitely being a beautiful rainbow because we've been able to connect with you, Jonathan. And thank you.
Well, there is no doubt that yeah, there's always a silver lining. The Lord always, if we can push past the pain, that there's great purpose involved, and later on, usually there's praise of excitement that Lord allows us to get through these difficult things, and now on the other side, we're seeing all these blessings and great things happening. So definitely, we look forward to getting out there and mixing and mingling in a way we have not done in some time. So one more time, please give people the information in terms of website and or social media if you have it, where they can find out more about the upcoming tournament.
Absolutely. Our website is Global Women Wealth Warriors, and that's Global GLOBAL Women WOMEN Wealth WEALTH and Warriors WARRIORS with the Warriors. Women Wealth Warriors, Global Women Wealth Warriors.com. And you have all the information right there. Also, all of our social media is all the same, Jonathan. Global Women Love Warriors.
Well, one thing I will tell you, Renee, that you are a living example of the praise hashtag Black Don't Crack. because you are still as glamorous as you have ever been. Very, very stylish, and of course, like I said again, the DNA. Your daughter, also a very beautiful young woman as well. And I'm just excited that not so much just obviously everybody likes beauty, but the fact that you both have incorporated moving the beauty into ways to help people and to message people on how they can improve and be better. And that's really the key. I mean, the exterior, at some point, even black doesn't crack, at some point it does begin to fade, but the inner beauty never goes away. And I think your daughter might have a sensibility of that as well, even as an early age, as we talked before about, trying to get young women to have that confidence and being able to stand up for themselves. Well, listen, Elaine, now when's your season start? They told you yet when you guys are going to start the season? Have you have any update from Texas Wesleyan?
I have nothing yet at the moment. I haven't found out if our season has changed. There has been a few different ideas that have been thrown to us, but no.
So have you been practicing? You have you've been doing your little moves in the backyard. Have you been working out maybe with other high school athletes while you've been waiting?
I haven't been working anything in high school. I think I've been going to parks and open outdoor courts basically. So getting like and so trying to get back into that regular routine of doing that.
I know it must be difficult. We hope to have a young man from our hometown that actually was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, and so he is going to be part of this whole class that's going into the pros that has to deal with COVID-19 and all the challenges that has. So we'll hopefully get some sensibility from him on what it's like those first early days in camp. Well, ladies, listen, I know you guys have a jam-packed schedule. I appreciate you taking some time out to join us here on the Real Talk Sports Show. We hope to have you guys back real soon. Of course, we look forward to finding our way out to the golf course. So we might be able to be stylish and mix and mingle a little bit, like I said again, to kind of get away from all the humdrum that we've had here lately with the COVID-19.
Well, thank you so very much, Jonathan, for having us. It's been a wonderful pleasure.
Well, thank you again, ladies. God bless you. And until the next time, stay safe and be careful.
Okay.
So long.
Bye.
Well, that is Renee and Janae Moore. We appreciate them for, again, joining us here on the broadcast. They took a lot of time out of their schedule. Renee is getting ready to obviously get back to school at Texas Wesleyan. And so as you heard, she's going to be doing some practicing and so forth. And we look forward to maybe bringing them back and have her talk to me about, how it's been to transition in this difficult time that we're in. But again, as we talked about, a time of excitement as we all try to find new ways to reinvent ourselves and new ways to prosper in the pandemic. That's the preacher side of me coming out right there. Prospering through the pandemic, letting the pandemic push you into purpose. All right, we don't want to do too much preaching here. We want to take it easy because you guys tuned in here. Listen, we thank God for those of you who are listening here on WIGO AM 1570, Atlanta's Incredible Radio. We thank God for our producer behind the scenes, Mr. Eli Smith. Now, Eli is a legendary gospel DJ here in Atlanta. He does a great show that comes on WIGO Monday through Friday, with the exception of Wednesdays, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Simply called the Eli Smith Show. Check him out on WIGO 1570 on your dial. But the easiest way to do it is WIGOAM.com. Well, listen, we'll take a little bit of a break and then we'll come back because the question I got is what is going on in college football as the players, are they revolting? What do you think about the players? Hashtag let us play. We'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show in just a moment. Keep it locked right here. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports.
What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. Let me grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports.
All right, we are back. You're listening to the Real Talk Sports Show. You're watching the Real Talk Sports Show. Big shout outs and big ups to everybody's watching the show on Facebook Live. Big ups and big shout outs to those of you who are watching the replay on Periscope. Thank you for all those hearts fluttering up in the air. For those of you who are doing it live, and also for those of you who are hitting us up big time in a big way here on Periscope, which of course is Twitter TV. We also appreciate all those of you who are watching us on YouTube, either live or on the on-demand broadcast. And again, you can find that by going to our YouTube channel. We have a ton of videos on there. A lot of them actually inspirational videos. So if you want to get kind of some inspiration for the day, you can go check out our YouTube page. Here it is on the page so you guys can see it. YouTube.com/Real Talk Sports TV. And you'll see some of our interviews, both past and present. We got a lot of great stuff on there. We got some highlights from the Falcons over the years, some great Julio Jones highlights, Matt Ryan press conferences. We have all kinds of stuff on there. So again, go to our YouTube page and please click subscribe button and also notifications so you will know when we have a broadcast on YouTube. Also, you can follow me anywhere on social media. One of two spots. Look right down there on the screen. Let's get me here. There we go. So you can check me personally at Minister J Sim or Real Talk Sports 7, where you can follow the sports show. We're that way on pretty much everything. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The Real Talk Sports 7 is even on Snapchat. We have a profile that we're really not on it. And then we're even on TikTok. For those of you who are TikTok users, here's the thing. You will not see any challenges from me of any dance routines. What you will see, I have one challenge on there. I actually got a little banged up from it. I did the 10 push-up challenge. You can go in there and see that's one of my early videos. That's the only challenge I got. I ain't break busting no move. I ain't getting no OG, step on there. None of that on TikTok. Because I couldn't come out like that. So, but again, if you want to, you can follow us on there. We do have some inspirational videos on there, which I think are pretty cool. We try to blend sports with inspiration because I'm, in fact, that's why people say, are you a minister? Yes, I'm a real minister of the gospel. I'm not with the Nation of Islam. A lot of people ask me that because they always see me suited and booted a lot of time, and they see the word minister. I do have some guys that I know that are in the ministry, Islam. I love my brothers, and I'm sure they love me back. But I, in fact, am a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so you will get some inspiration if you click on the station as well. So that's it. Listen, big question is that we're seeing in college football. We have a situation now in college football where the players have taken control of college football, because we saw on Twitter that we got a couple of high-profile players that have decided that hashtag let us play, hashtag we want to play. So the question is that do you agree with college football playing as normal? And do you believe that the players have the right to drive that engine? Okay, so you do believe the players, I'll put that up here, I'll put that question up in just a second. Do you believe the players should have the most say in whether college football is played or not? That's my question. Do you think the players should have the most say in whether college football is played or not? And what do you think about the whole idea of, possibly the SEC creating a super conference? There's some talk that the Big Ten had announced that they're not going to play football, and immediately the SEC was like, we don't care because we're playing. And then as the Pac-12 talked about not playing, the Big 12 jumped right in and said, hey, good news. If y'all looking for a game, y'all come over here. So they got kind of gangster with it. They were like, hey, we don't care. You don't want to play? Come on and come over here because we're ready. You don't have to worry about us. We are ready for you right now. So that's the question now. As you see players like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, they have jumped out and said, hey, let us play. My question to you is, do you believe that the players should be driving or having the most say on whether college football is played or not? What's your thoughts? You can go ahead and respond here in the comments. We'll pop you guys up. Again, we appreciate all those of you who are watching us here on Facebook Live, all those of you who are watching us here on Periscope TV, all those who are watching us on Twitter TV. We appreciate you. You can see I got my California cool or my Miami Beach look here. I got my tan jacket, peach colored shirt. You might not be able to see it too good. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit. There we go. You can see I got the peach and the tan, and I'm rocking that because that's the sensibility I have right now, man. I'm thanking God that, up to this point so far, we have been able to, safely transport our way through Coronaville. I have to go into work every day. I work for a car dealership, but I thank God that, so far so good. And also, I thank God. I don't know about you, those of you who are business people out there, but it has been off the chain. I've actually been more busy now since the pandemic than before the pandemic. And again, certainly my prayers of encouragement and seeking God's help and blessings from anyone who has been affected by COVID-19 or anyone who have loved ones that have been affected. And certainly we also want to go ahead and offer our condolences to anyone who had loved ones lose their lives during this thing. But we want to give some praise because I want to report to you that personally I had people that I knew that had it. My young nephew, 21 years old, he had it. Thankfully, it was a very small setback for him. He was out of work for a while, went through the 14-day necessary quarantine. But thanks be unto God, thanks Jehovah God, that he is in fact completely healthy, no problems, rolling along. Got a little scary here locally, but a good friend of mine, Monica Colbert, who I'm going to have on the show to let her talk to you about her own personal, very harrowing and scary experience with COVID-19. She actually got it and was literally a step away from being put on a ventilator. We all feared for her life. She was in that stage. She was in the ICU, and literally she couldn't even hardly talk because she was having so much of a problem with her oxygen. But again, thank God, before they took that usually final step to put her on a ventilator, she was able to begin to show signs of recovery. And thanks be to God, now she's been back home. She is in fact COVID-free. And we thank God for the blessing and the healing of our good buddy, Monica Colbert, former marketing guru at the Clayton County Chamber of Commerce here. And Clayton County is located just south of Atlanta, Georgia. So again, the big question I have to you is, do you think the players should be making the big decision on whether college football should be played or not this season? I'll pop it up on the screen again so you guys might see it, and you guys can respond and let me know what you think again. What do you think? Do you think the players should have the most say? Should it be the athletic department, ADs? Should it be the college presidents? Or should it be the coaches? Or should it be an equal, now, what I'm saying here, an equal input from all? Should all of their comments have an equal weight? Or should the president and the AD, those two guys, have the most weight, or gals, in determining whether college football should be played this year or not? What do you think? The other thing that came up with this Trevor Lawrence treatise, I'm going to try to pull this up here off of Twitter so you guys can see it. But the other thing is he's actually talking about as well players being able to literally form a union and to be able to have more and more impact on, what goes on in college football. You know and I know that we've had a situation in college football and even college sports in general that there has been, Lord have mercy, I would say to some degree, greed. I'm just being real honest. Greed in terms of the amount of dollars and cents that college sports, especially college football, makes, and the fact that the players themselves don't get any money. It's just recently now they're saying the players can now get the likeness, their likeness, and get compensated for that. But I mean, for a long, long time, the players really got nothing. I know guys that played and they got not a daggone thing. So what do you think about that? This whole idea of the players potentially creating a union. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up here on Twitter and get this on the page so you guys can see it. I was trying to go to Trevor Lawrence's page, but we got a retweet here. Like I said, him and Justin Fields, two of the more high-profile college football players there are right now. I'm trying to get this screen up here for you so you guys can see it. And you'll see it's hashtag We Are United, hashtag We Want to Play. And what the players really are looking for is they want to be able to have much more impact and input onto what goes on, first of all, this year in college football with the whole COVID situation, And then also they want to have an idea of possibly creating a union. So I need to know what you guys think about that, what your sensibility is. What do you think about the idea of the players being able to have their own union? Let me know. Again, I'm going to try to get this up on the screen so that you guys might be able to see it. Hopefully you'll be able to do that in just a moment. I'm going to go here and share the screen so that you guys might be able to see it. Let's see if we can pop that up on screen real quick here. We'll go here and we'll see if we can get the screen shared so you guys can see this. I'll put this up here. Hopefully you guys can see it now. There it is right there. As you can see, that Trevor Lawrence is talking about the idea of the players, kind of like a manifesto for the players. I don't know how well you guys can see this here on social media. Hopefully you are able to see it. But that's it. What they're asking for, I'm going to read it here for you. I'm going to go ahead and read the tweet so you guys might know what it says there. It says this. It says, we all want to play football this season. That's number one. It said they want to establish a universal and mandated health and safety procedure and protocols to protect college players, college athletes against COVID-19 among all conferences throughout the USA. They also want to give players the opportunity to opt out and respect their decision to do so. They also want to guarantee eligibility whether a player chooses to play this season or not. They also want to use their voices to establish a communication, a trust between players and officials, ultimately create a college football players association and representative of the players of all Power 5 conferences. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. You talk about somebody knowing, it's just like, I don't know, for you OGs are watching, there used to be a old cartoon, I can't call the name of it now, but the guy would come on and he would go, I have the power! And that's what it is with the players now. They have seen in professional sports, and they have a much better understanding that they are the ones that drive the revenue train for college sports. And so these guys are saying, look here, man, we want a cut of the action, but not only do we want a cut of the action, we want a say on what goes on the everyday workings of college football. We are tired of being in a situation where we can't, well, first of all, like I said again, we know the first step has been taken, that they're now able to at least get some compensated for the use of their likenesses, whether it be on video games or so forth. So that's a big benefit there. But it does appear that they are pushing for a College Football Players Association similar to the NFLPA and similar to the NBAPA, where the players themselves now are able to make actual input towards the governing of the sport they play, how the rules are administrated. And so, as you can see, that they're going to want to have much more control of this transfer portal. Obviously, the other issue about beyond the likeness of the players having some kind of stipend or payment for play. And we're going to talk next week. We're actually going to bring on a gentleman from Forbes, Mark Edelman, that's going to talk to us about the specific impact of the sports economy. I hate to say this, but at some point, if they don't find a happy medium, that the whole sports marketing, sports entertainment, that's going to be the next bubble to crash here in the U.S. Because there's no way that this Disney beast, and I want to call the beast both in the natural and the spiritual, y'all. He who has an ear, let him hear. This Disney beast that has now sucked in Fox Sports, ESPN, ABC, and of course all the partnerships that ESPN has with the SEC network and all these other networks, and they've made this big giant conglomerate. Well, these guys cannot sustain the amount of money they put out in these contracts if, in fact, this money is starting to be siphoned away to players and so forth and so on. There's no question in my mind that the sports entertainment bubble is on the brink, because these guys have overpaid these conferences. They've set them up so that logistically they have to do a lot of work on sports that basically generate little or no ad revenue. They're going to have to find a way to compensate the players more. And on top of that, the pressures that will continue to be mounted on professional sports by hashtag minor leagues. We see the NBA, the G League, the D League. All of these leagues are now going to be able to siphon talent that we used to see in the NBA before, used to see in college basketball before the one and done rule. Now, a lot of people say, oh, gee, you're just a grumpy old man talking. No, one of the reasons why college basketball, nobody watches it until the March Madness is because the compelling matchups that you got where a Patrick Ewing or Michael Jordan played 3 years, a Ralph Sampson. I know for you young cats, you going like, who? What? Who are they? Google it. Ralph Sampson. He played for the University of Virginia. Michael Jordan, you don't have to Google him, but you might want to Google how long he played at the University of North Carolina and what he did there. Isaiah Thomas played 2 years at the University of Indiana. Um, like I mentioned earlier, Patrick Ewing played 3 years at St. John's University. Chris Mullin played, I believe, a minimum of three, might have played 4 years at the University of St. John's. These guys all went on to lead all-star and Hall of Fame careers. They weren't missing too many checks. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar going way back. Now, check how draconian the NCAA used to be back in these days in the 60s. I know y'all saying, bro, that's like ancient history. Well, it's good to do history. Jabbar played in a time where the NCAA wouldn't let you play varsity as a freshman. That's right, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the most celebrated high school athletes and one of the highest ranked recruits in the history of college basketball, had to sit out a whole season at UCLA where he couldn't play a game. Even though his freshman team constantly dominated the varsity, he couldn't play because the NCAA said freshmen can't play because we want them to get used to the college environment, to focus more on their education and then start to play. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played all 4 years. He stayed all 4 years at UCLA. He became one of the greatest college basketball players ever, and many people say could be the greatest NBA basketball player ever. I'm just saying. Can you get hurt? Lose big paychecks? Are the paychecks much bigger now? Much more for the athlete to lose if in fact he gets hurt? I get it. But at the end of the day, if you don't find some way to restore the competitive excitement during regular season basketball in NCAA, that's going to continue to go into the tank. And I think this coronavirus forcing some teams not to get any basketball, well, you might still play basketball, but definitely no football revenue, it's going to really impact a lot of schools and their ability to play other sports. Because as me and Mark Ellerman are going to talk about next week, a lot of colleges, their sports are funded primarily from what happens on college and football and basketball because it generates so much money with these TV contracts. The other sports don't. We know about the Baseball World Series and we know about the College Baseball World Series, but that doesn't generate the big checks. That doesn't put 20,000 people in a sold-out venue. That won't get you to fill up the Mercedes-Benz Stadium potentially with 73,000 people to watch a basketball game. That's not happening in baseball. If you had the College World Series tomorrow, even at Truist Park, used to be SunTrust Park, but I think holds about 37,000 people, I find it highly unlikely that you would sell that out, even for the championship game. I'm being honest, because the interest is not there. The interest is in number one by a wide margin football, number two college basketball. So again, we're going to talk about that, good Lord willing, next week with Mark Ellerman from Forbes Magazine. Also, we're going to talk next week more with D. Orlando Ledbetter, talking about what's been going on at the Falcons camp. To me personally, I got to tell you, watching the Falcons camp, watching this so far, man, it looks like high school gym class. You know, guys are social distancing. Nobody's wearing no pads, no helmets. To me, it just looks real crazy. And especially when you talk about you want players to be able to go right from this kind of, slip slap, almost flag football practice to all of a sudden without any preseason games go and play a home game. I hope this doesn't happen, but this smacks of the potential of players getting hurt, pull hamstring injuries that are going to put guys either out for the season or make guys lose multiple games because they're not going to be in game ready shape. I hope and pray, folks, that doesn't happen, but normally, as we've seen what happened when guys hold out, usually that's what happens. The players get into a situation where they are not in shape, and then all of a sudden they find themselves getting injured because they're forced to go out here and play, up tempo for real football. And like I said, they've had their bodies are not used to it. I mean, I don't get it. So again, I hope it doesn't for all the people involved in sports entertainment. I hope the bubble doesn't crash. But man, I'm just saying, as the players begin to take more and more control of the leagues, both college and professional, they are going to put more and more stress and demands on the system. They're going to require, rightfully so, and ask for and demand a bigger cut of the revenues. Because here's the thing, nobody's paying any money to see Robert Kraft play for the Patriots. First of all, he doesn't play at all, and nobody's in any interest if he comes out on the field, waves his hand. Nobody cares. Now, get me wrong, it's his money and the money of the people of Massachusetts that have built that magnificent stadium out there in Foxborough. I get it. Same thing here in Atlanta. It's the Arthur Blank Sports Group, City of Atlanta, and Georgia taxpayers who have put up that palace. I like to call it a temple there in Atlanta. But at the end of the day, if the players don't play, if we don't have stars out there in the field, nobody's coming. The reality, people are coming to see the players. Don't be wrong. Do people come for tailgating? Absolutely. That's the other thing that I'm talking about. When you look at how I believe this is going to be, if they can't get this COVID situation handled, if they can't find a way for everybody to sing happily kumbaya about how to split this money up, that you lose all the other sidebar revenue. You talk about how COVID has impacted cities that, you think about Flowery Branch, where the Falcons hold and host their team. Right now, I can tell you that normally this time it is buzzing. Because the Falcons are practicing every day. All of us who cover the team, that we're up there every day. Now I'm not, because I work a full-time job, but the regular guys are up there every day. And what do? They patronize the local stores. They buy food. Even the Falcons do feed us. Shout out to the Falcons. They do feed the press. But I'm saying a lot of times you just want like some cold water. You want sometimes, like, I would go pick up some groceries on the way home. People sometimes didn't want what the Falcons had. They wanted pizza. And as a matter of fact, the Falcons themselves would buy us pizza sometimes. Where did they buy that from? The local pizza store. There were times where when the Falcons got to the playoffs, there were some people that would stay at hotels nearby the facility. And some people that cover from ESPN that don't want to travel back and forth, that they would do. They'd be there the whole summer in one of the local hotels. All of that business is gone. So again, will we be able to come back from this bubble that has been affected by the pandemic? And will we be able to, especially in #amateur sports, we'll be able to take the outflow of money, not just from football in general, but how will sports on campus be affected as the football, which has been the cash cow for most of these teams, as they be able to now, or are forced to be able to now siphon some of that money off to pay the players. I think they're going to have to pay more insurance policies for the players. They're going to have to do that in basketball as well. All these kind of things. And of course, we see the facilities war that we've seen the last couple of years. That all these schools are building more and more things in the locker room and athletic department experience to attract top level players. They basically, you look at Alabama, look at Georgia, you can go down the list of any of the top 10 teams. They have on campus in the athletic departments, they have facilities that rival professional teams. You're talking about guys that have flat screen TVs over their lockers. You're talking about guys that have personal chefs. All that stuff is going on right now in college football. And what's going to happen is they have to divvy out this money more and more. Is it going to crash the sports entertainment bubble? We don't know. But, like I said, next week I'm going to bring an expert on, Mark Ellerman from Forbes Magazine. Good luck when he will be there. He's going to talk to us. Also, we're going to look to try to get some more players. We know our guy Evan from down in Baltimore is looking to join us tonight. He was not able to do it, but hopefully we'll be able to join us in the upcoming weeks. And other players here locally from our Atlanta Falcons to talk to you about the experience of playing in the middle of a pandemic and what that has meant for them. That's it. We get ready to conclude our broadcast. We're calling a short, just 1 hour tonight. First of all, we're going to give a big shout out to those who are listening at WIGOAM 1570, Atlanta's Incredible Radio. Also those who are listening through that same portal on WIGOAM.com. Thank you for listening. We get ready to wrap it up here at the 9 o'clock hour. So we're going to give a big shout out back at the studio to Eli Smith. He is our producer, but he also is one of the great gospel DJs here in the Southeast. He's known all over the Southeast, and I dare say in many parts of the country. For many, many years, he was on one of the premier gospel stations here called WYZE. He did a show called Eli Smith Morning Show. He was known for his call out 6 a.m. in the morning. But now he's with us here in WIGO 9 a.m. to 12 noon every day, Monday through Friday, with the exception of Wednesdays. Check him out. He does great gospel music, a lot of old school classic, but also new school stuff as well. So check him out on WIGO 1570, or the easiest thing is to go on WIGOAM.com. You can stream it anywhere in the world, or the free TuneIn radio app. You can hear the broadcast as well. Also want to give a big shout out to the all-around guy at the station, Kevin Buchanan. He is the station manager, sales manager, program director, and on-air personality, and also does a voiceover for a lot of our commercial imaging. So big shout out to Kevin Buchanan. Love him and his family. A former, also a like me, a January baby. So big ups to you, Kevin, as well. You guys know I'm a minister, so I can't let any of my shows go off until I ask you a question. Do you, ma'am, sir, friend and citizen, know Mighty Yahashua HaMashiach? That is the Hebrew for Jesus Christ. Do you know him as your personal Savior? No. Well, I implore you, please, ma'am, please, sir, get to know him today. Why? Because nobody loves you like Yahashua, Jesus Christ. Nobody. Not your mom, not your auntie, not grandmama and them. Nobody loves you like him. Why? Two reasons. Number one, because he loves you. And number two, he came here upon the earth, walked on the earth, died for us and for all of our sins. If you believe in that and you confess that, bam, you now have a relationship with God and you become one of his children. How cool is that? And that does a couple of things for you. Number one, it helps you live a life well lived here upon the earth. But more importantly, it also gives you the passkey entry code into a place called heaven. Nice place where good news, no pandemic, no protest, no nothing. Just happy people all the time. And we get to hang out with God himself. Now, how cool is that? And we avoid that other place, the bad place called HELL, where ain't so nice down there. All right, guys, like I said again, we appreciate every one of you who are watching this on any other podcast or broadcast portal, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter TV, wherever you are. We say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching us. And thank you for sharing this broadcast. Remember, if you have a compelling sports story, you can send it to me or call me, 678-410-9833. Love to tell your good news story on the air. Or you can send me an email to jsimmons, that's JSIMMONS, at realtalksports.net. All right, to everybody at WIGO, we say God bless you and good night. All right, everybody on social media, we kind of like to hang out with you for a few moments longer. We appreciate you. There was a big shout out for my brother, Carl Eli Smith. We appreciate him. So, guys, listen, man. I want to get your stories. Okay, I want to hear what you guys got going on. I want to hear about your coaches. I want to hear about your players who are doing marvelous things, not just on the field, but off the field. Please send me your information. I'm going to put it right here on the page so you can see it. Okay, myself. Okay, call me for connecting about the show, or if you want to know how you can advertise on our broadcast, how you can support the show, anything like that, I'll be more than happy to do that. I'm going to put this is myself. I'm going to type it and put it up on the comments. Feel free to call me. I'll be more than happy to, again, hear the story and bring it right here on the air. And, so I'm putting up here. Here we go. Bam! There's the phone number. That's how you can reach us here. We want your advertising dollars and support too, to support this program here. And what we normally try to do is give some of whatever you give us away. Last year we did the high school football broadcast. Our premier sponsor was Allen Vigil Ford in Lincoln, who also worked as a commercial account manager. And we gave a $50 donation to both schools at the end of every game. And what that did was that, wasn't much, but it did help offset the cost of the schools providing meals on, the way either to the game or after the game. And so grand total, we gave out a best $50 each game to each team. We did about 10 games. We gave over $1,000 to teams on the 10 games we covered. So we appreciate Allen Vigil Ford, and we appreciate you if you want to be a part of it. Again, you can call me on the cell. I just posted up here. I'm going to pop it up on the screen so you can see it. Again, call me regarding any type of promotional that you want to do. Or like I said, if you got a great story that you want to tell, or if you have someone that you think should be on the show, an athlete, a coach, an administrator that is doing great stuff in the world of sports, man, we'd love to have them on, because that's what we like to do. We like to try to bring out the good news in the world of sports. There's so much bad stuff, negative stuff going on. We want to bring it out and bring it on this show here. And here's the number. I'm popping up on the screen for those of you who are watching us here. And here we go. Da, 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 da. There it is. My cell, 678-410-9833. Please, for business purposes only. You know, because occasionally people call me like all kind of strange hours. You know, very few people do it, but please try to call me during normal business hours. You can normally reach me except on Tuesdays. Don't call me Tuesday after 4 o'clock. I will not take your call. But you can reach me normally up to around 8 p.m. and you can reach me normally as early as 9 a.m. So again, if you have a great story or if you want to partner with us so we can put your advertisement out there on the Real Talk Sports Show, we'd love to do it. Again, call me 678-410-9833. I will also put my email up there so you guys can see that as well. I think I have it floating around here again. It's jsimmons@realtalksports.net. That's JSIMMONS@realtalksports.net. While I'm waiting to do that, I'm going to put you up here. I can follow us on social media. There you can see it right there on the page. There it is, right there. Mr. J. Sim, that's my personal contact, or you can reach me also on Real Talk Sports 7. Follow me anywhere on social media. We're on Snapchat, we're on IG, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we even on Snapchat and TikTok. Don't ask me why I'm on TikTok. I'll tell you something about TikTok and Instagram, man. You gotta be careful. I'm just being honest before I sign off this show. Lord have mercy. Now, ladies, I know it's got nothing to do with sports right now, but I had a young lady on earlier, her and her mom, and she talked about, both of them very glamorous, they're both models, but she talked about how young women should have confidence and carry themselves with a certain air. Ladies, I appreciate you, and certainly as a grown man, sometimes my eye gate gets in trouble, but y'all gotta, y'all dial it back. I mean, you wonder why guys be acting kind of crazy. I mean, seriously, you gotta dial it back. I mean, sometimes more is less. I mean, I know y'all think less is more, but sometimes more is less. Less aggravation, less guys doing stuff, crazy stuff in your DM, sending you crazy, text. Y'all know what I mean. I don't know why I got on this topic tonight. I just want to say that before I get off the air. But y'all, take it easy. Because so many of you that follow on social media, beautiful, lovely, fantastic, lovely ladies, attractive. I'm just telling you, be careful because it's a bad world out here. We got a human trap. Now, I'm just saying this half joking, but in serious end, we have a lot of bad things going on here. We have sex trafficking is at record highs, especially here in Atlanta and other cities where you have big airports. Human trafficking, terrible. Women are being drugged, and I'm telling you, ladies, they will take you and y'all be gone. So we don't want that to happen. So we appreciate how fine y'all are, but dial it back just a little bit. Some pictures are not for us. They're for hopefully your husband, maybe your significant other, but they're not for general public consumption. I know a lot of people are going to be sending some crazy mail at me now, but I don't care because I got a grown daughter, and I would tell her the same thing. I say it in love. And plus, us men need heps because our eyes get us into trouble. All right, that's enough of that. Anyway, listen, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We appreciate all of you who are tuning in here and watch the broadcast. I like to try to always give you an extra 5 or 10 minutes on social media. For those of you who are watching, we appreciate you. Hope you all like my outfit here. This is my Miami Beach style. Got my peach golf shirt my daughter gave me. I got the cotton, sport coat on. So we ready to bust out this COVID, man, and hit the spots. So, again, we appreciate all those of you who have been watching. And until the next time, God bless you and have a good night. So long.